very first one in 1903. That was something else entirely.
Oh, completely different. It wasn't just a sporting event, really. It was more like a desperate gamble that somehow, launched this huge legend.
A gamble born from necessity, it sounds like.
Yeah.
It seems these audacious ideas sometimes forge something monumental almost by accident.
Exactly. So the real push behind it wasn't some grand vision for cycling initially.
No. What was it then?
Well, it was basically a fight for survival. There was this newspaper, L'Auto, its editor, Henri de Grange, who was actually a former cyclist himself.
Okay.
His paper was really struggling, circulation was plummeting. They were in this fierce battle with a rival paper, L'Avello.
Ah, the classic newspaper war.
Pretty much. And then this young employee, J. Lefebvre, he comes up with this, well, frankly outlandish idea, a race all around France, inspired partly by those 6-day track races.
Ones of the velodromes, those grueling indoor events.
Yeah, those endurance tests. But this was taking it outdoors, across the country. It was a massive make-or-break idea for L'Auto.
So this huge, bold idea, did riders just jump at the chance?
Not quite. The initial response was pretty lukewarm. Before the original deadline, they only had 15 cyclists signed up. 15.
That's not a race, that's barely a group ride.
Right, it looked like a total disaster. So de Grange had to get really creative and fast. He dramatically sweetened the pot.
How so?
Well, first they pushed the race back from June to July. Then they jacked up the prize money big time to 20,000 francs total.
Okay, money talks.
Definitely. They also slashed the entry fee way down to just 10 francs. And get this, they guaranteed at least 5 francs a day just for showing up and riding for the first 50 cyclists.
So covering expenses, basically, that must have helped.
It did the trick. Suddenly, they had 60 cyclists ready to go at the start line.
60 brave souls. So, picture being one of them.
Yeah.
What was that first race actually like, compared to the modern tour, I mean?
Oh, it was just brutal. An unbelievable test of human limits. You're talking 6 stages, but covering a massive 2,428 kilometers. That's about 1,500 miles.
6 stages for that distance, so each stage was enormous.
Immense. Averaging over 400 kilometers each, today's stages, usually under 200K. And riders were completely on their own. No teams.
No team cars, no support network like today.
Nothing like that. And crucially, no pacers allowed. You couldn't ride behind someone to shield you from the wind. It was pure, raw, solo endurance.
Wow. So they had officials out there to make sure nobody cheated with pacing.
Yeah, they had stewards stationed along the route specifically to enforce that. It was serious business.
And the rules were quite different too, weren't they? The timing, the jersey.
Very different. Stages often started way before dawn. The last stage actually kicked off at 9 p.m. the night before they finished.
9 p.m. racing through the night again.
Yep. And mountains. Only one climb considered significant, the Col de la République. Plus, the leader wore a green armband, not the famous yellow jersey we see today. That came later.
It really does sound like this quest where, as you said, pain forged glory.
Absolutely. And it was full of drama. You had Maurice Guerin, who was the favorite going in. He just dominated from the start. Won that first massive 471-kilometer stage, Paris to Lyon, by riding right through the night. Built a big lead fast.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing, even for the favorites, right?
Yeah.
There were struggles, controversies.
Oh, for sure. Plenty of drama. Guerin's rival, Hippolyte Aucouturier, dropped out early with stomach cramps, but then he came back later and actually won a couple of stages. Strange, right?
Yeah, that's odd. Allowed back in.
Different rules back then, I guess. And rule breaking was a real issue. There were reports of Jean Fischer using a car for pacing. Aucouturier himself got kicked out for slipstreaming behind a car, basically drafting unfairly.
So cheating, or trying to, was part of it from the start.
Seems like it. And then there's a really notorious incident. Stage 5. Guerin's leading, wants to lock it down. Reportedly, he had his ally, Lucien Pothier, throw his bike down right in front of another challenger, Fernand Augereau.
Seriously. Caused him to crash.
Caused him to fall, bent his wheel. Guerin rode on, won the stage, and ended up winning the whole tour by almost 3 hours. 2 hours, 59 minutes, 31 seconds.
Nearly 3 hours. That margin is incredible.
It's still the biggest winning margin in tour history, never been matched.
And the finish, after all that brutality and drama.
Huge celebration. They finished just outside Paris in Ville-de-Vray. Then the riders did a ceremonial lap of honor at the Parc des Princes Velodrome. Massive crowds. It was clear this thing was big.
So that gamble, that publicity stunt, it paid off spectacularly.
Unbelievably well. Lotto circulation just exploded. Went from around 25,000 before the race to 65,000 after.
Wow. And the rival paper
L'Avello
crushed them.
Yeah.
L'Avello went out of business not long after, and the riders, especially Guerin, became instant national heroes.
What happened to Guerin? Did he capitalize on the fame?
He took his prize money, the 6,075 francs, and bought a gas station. Worked there for the rest of his life. From cycling hero to gas station owner.
So looking back at this incredible, almost accidental beginning, what's the takeaway? What does it tell us about these epic events?
I think that first tour, the 1903 one, it really shows how raw human endurance combined with maybe a desperate, bold vision can create something legendary. It wasn't planned perfection. It was messy, tough, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But that primal element, that fight against the odds, maybe that's still the real core of the Tour de France, even with all the modern tech and teams. That fundamental test.
Something to ponder as you think about pushing your own limits.